Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? I hope everybody's set fine and dandy. It is Sunday afternoon, guys. It's 5 after 2, and it's still raining, lightly snowing, and the wind is a-howling here in Kentucky. Another horrible weather day. Sitting here waiting for my son to arrive to put a new muffler on my father's truck. But in the meantime, I thought we would work on and look at this little transistor radio. It is a 6 transistor radio. That's about as far as I've got into it. And I do know that the antenna is gone. It was missing when I opened it up at the store, at the antique store, and it was priced just right. It was cheap. And I thought that we can see if we can get the news on. Maybe we can get it going and listen to all the crazy news going on across the country. But anyway, let's get into it, guys. Let's see what's going on with it. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. So we're just going to have to just kind of do some detective work as we look at it together. Alrighty, guys. Before I put this up on the Sky Vision, I'll give you guys a closer look down here because I know it's hard to see everything up there. I put this probably right around late 50s, early 60s. It was made in Japan. It's a 6 transistor radio. It has a pretty cool little tuning capacitor there. And it has some odd transistors. As you can see, it has a few of the little top hats. But then it has these, and now altogether I count 7 transistors if you're counting these. So one of these has to be the crystal, like the crystal diode, or you know what I mean. So I don't know what's going on with that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one over here with the little red dot makes 7. So it's got me a little confused on that. But anyway, like I was saying, it looks like it takes AA batteries, so that's kind of odd. Usually all these took 9-volt batteries, but this actually has a little thing here for 2 AA's. When I was saying the antenna, guys, was missing, I misspoke. It's not missing, it's actually here. It's just not hooked up. See, somehow it's came off with the little wires and stuff, so we got to figure out how that goes, which may be a little tricky. So let me get you guys up on Sky Vision, and we'll try first of all see if we can find where this goes. So let me get you up here. All right, so I need my magnifying glass. Let's see, because I need to see if there's any little secrets here that will tell us where that antenna went. I would say it would have went over here. Well, no, it would up here would probably make more sense, because yeah, right here's where it went. So I guarantee you it went this way and hooked into the tuning capacitor right there. That's what I'm betting. Probably hooked in right like that, because I can actually see the wire where it broke off right here. So that wasn't too hard. It doesn't look like it has 2 wires. It has this little place here. So where would that fit? I guarantee it would have fit down in the board. Huh. I'll line this up where it was supposed to be, which would be right here. Okay, it goes in these, it goes right, excuse me, these little slots, that one and that one actually go here and here, here and here, and then the wire, the little wire hanging right here, will just solder to the tuning capacitor here. So it made a clean break, it looks like. What I'll probably do, I probably won't be able to get started. We'll just have to take this little circuit panel off. Hopefully it'll come all the way off. Maybe we get the knobs off first. I'll get the knobs off, pull this off, and then we can run little wires in behind here and solder them, and then we can solder those to these little posts, and then solder that back to the tuning capacitor, and that should make a good, a really good bond, and the antenna will work the way it should with no problems. So that's what we're going to have to address first, guys. We're going to have to take the circuit panel off. Looks like his battery box has seen better days. Looks like it got hot there, but it's not corroded up too awful bad, so we should be able to still use that. Hopefully that will just all, when I take these screws out, it just lay to the side. So let's find a Phillips screwdriver that will take all this apart. Start right here. Make sure you guys can see. Bring it a little bit more. There we go. And I wish I could bring it a little closer, guys, but the way the camera's picking it up, the more I zoom in, more you're not going to be able to see nothing. So let's see. That's too big. Need a smaller Phillips. Let's see if this one works. Yeah, that one works. There's 3. Is there a 4th one? I don't think so. I must not got that completely loose. There we go. It should be out now. Well, there we go. And this one. Alright, that should lift up, but we gotta take the knobs off. They need cleaned anyway. Alright. So this should pop up now. There we go. And they give us plenty of wire. So there's what the back of the circuit panel looks like. A lot of solder. Big old blobs of solder. Here's a number. It is a 27-10349. And let's see. With a -2 EIA or E1A-260-P. So I say they probably go by the last 4, which would be the 260-P. It's probably what this radio is. There's also another number in here, the 27039. The case is 10339, and this says 1349 for the circuit board. So, alright. So what we need to do, guys, is right here on the bottom. We need to solder a little wire here, right here. We need to solder a wire here, and solder a wire here. And then we'll just loop that over, bring it on this side, and then check that out. There's some kind of writing on the back of this. Sexton, Ohio. Did somebody make that? No, it's factory, but check all this writing now. I never saw like anything like that on the back of the board. It's like they recycled something. Dayton, Ohio. Huh. I guess it was made in Dayton, Ohio, maybe. Manufacturer company. It's Angell. I guess that's the name of the radio. Angler. A-N-G. I can't already see that. A-N-G-E-L-L. Alright. Nothing big. So what I need to do is just take some thin wire, really thin wire, and make a couple little leads. This right here will work. I need something real thick. That's for sure. That is for sure. So just something thin, and then I'm going to solder over on this side where it goes, where the antenna is stuck inside there, and then I'll bring it up like that, and we'll put the circuit board in, and then I'll solder the little pins here to that, those where the wires where they go. So let me get the soldering iron hot, and we'll get busy getting this thing put back together. Alrighty guys, to do a recap, to make sure that you know what we're doing, the antenna has these two little things here, little connectors, and they connected here, they connected here and here. They've set down and they've soldered in, and then there's a little wire that connects here on the tuning capacitor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that little wire that just fell, and we're going to solder us a piece here, and solder us one here. We're going to put, just fold it over, then we'll put the antenna, we'll solder the other end of the wires here and here, and then solder the wire here. So that's what we're getting ready to do soon as the soldering iron heats up. Alrighty guys, let's see here. Get our first wire soldered in. Hope everybody's been doing good out there in YouTube land. Oh, it's been going pretty good here in Kentucky. Been enjoying my day off. Catching up on all the crazy news. All that good stuff. I bought a new camera Saturday or Friday. I still haven't taken it out of the box yet. Kind of excited to use that here soon. I think it's going to make better videos when we go out and about. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully it does. We'll have to see. It ain't a top of the line. It's, you know, it wasn't cheap, but it definitely wasn't one of the most expensive cameras, but hopefully it will be a pretty nice camera. Get this wire here, get a little solder on it so it'll help us. There's a little. Now we need, don't want any of these other wires to break off. Usually when you work on something this old, these solder joints are weak and they'll pop right off, and then you got to spend an hour trying to find where they go usually. So we need, our first one is here. So we need to Get this wire soldered in right here. Kind of. There we go. And we married that together. So let's bend it back up here, see how much wire we're going to need, which I don't think we're going to need much. Probably right there, do it right here, clip it. That should give us enough to work with. Get this other wire ready to go. One of my favorite things about doing all this stuff is soldering. I love to solder. I never learned how to weld. It's kind of funny because I bought my son one of them cheap welders from Harbor Freight, and he picked that right up like fish in water. And of course he's moved up to a better welder now, but where he learned on that cheap welder, and you know how things are when they're cheaper, you got to do a little extra to get things to do right. Well, he does super good now when he's on his other welder he bought. So, but I never picked it up. I was always watching him do it. But I do love to solder things together, and it's a little bit of the same. Just a little. So we got that. We just need to flip this over. And that one is all the way down here. So right here at the end is where it goes. Right here. She looks like there's a lot of stuff in this area. There we go. That's really good together. This flux that I found a long time ago at the flea market is the best stuff. It's called Allen. And I hope I can, when this is gone, I can find another thing. It was Allen soldering paste. It was, I don't know when it was made. It's old. But anyway, I hope they still sell it, because it has helped me tremendously on making good solder joints. So we're going to bend that over like that. Now we should be able to put everything back together, and that way we don't have any wires breaking off on us. Everything looks like it's still together, so let's go ahead and get our screws back in here so everything will stay where it's supposed to. Hear that wind? I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Man, it's been howling like that all day long. I drank a little bit too much coffee, I can tell. I'm a little jittery. Alright, there's the first one. Let's get the other one in. Get it started. And the last one. Well. Huh. Tighten her down. Looks like there's something missing right here. 3 little holes. I don't know. I didn't see anything fall off of it. Maybe, hopefully it wasn't something that fell off of it and it's gone now. I don't know if you can see those 3 little holes here. I'm still fascinated about this little graphic chart back here. Yeah, it don't take much to amuse me, guys. Alright, so now we got that. We just need to clip this off a little bit. Right here. There we go. And now we need to strip them back a little. Should have done that before. Yeah, might be a little problematic. There's one. There's 2. Alright, now we need to dab those with a little solder. Alright, we got an instrument. Alright. A little solder on these. Solder on those tips. Now the antenna. We got to get it prepared. So let's see. Put some here. It's a bubbling. Right. So now all we need to do is solder these wires. Be right back, guys. My boy just pulled in. Let me get him situated. Talk to him for a minute. Alright, guys, we got to take it times out. My son's here to fix my dad's exhaust on his truck. So let's run over and see what's going on.
You're getting out of losing. What good is what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? The best of gentlemen now and then have a little fun. Why do you work and slave and save? Life is full of ifs and buts. World's just saving.
Alrighty, guys, we're back, and we still ain't got the muffler on the truck yet, but we'll go ahead and finish this video, and we gotta get over there. We got a stud bolt to get it out of it, and that's been a little difficult. So everybody else took a break, so I'm back over here on the radio. So where we left off, guys, we have got to got welding on my brain now. We have got to get our wires soldered back in on our antenna. So that's what we're getting ready to do. Hopefully the soldering iron is hot enough. I need to probably bend this over a little bit so I have bend these over at 90. Like that. Well, we can just solder it right in place. I need to put a little bit more solder on those. I'm low on solder. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this in place now. Solder them up. There's one. Get this one in place. There's two. And I like to get a little bit more solder on that though. That looks better. Alright. Now, we just got to get the wire here soldered back on the tuning capacitor. And it looks like some of the coating has came off. I'll just pull it the rest of the way off. There we go. Hopefully it won't hurt anything. And that solders right to the tuning capacitor. We need to clean up the hole. Let's suck that out. There we go. Now we can run our little wire, antenna wire, through the hole. Gotta bend this up a little bit. Probably got to strip that back because that may be magnet wire, and if it is, it means it has a coating. Coating has to be cleared off or it won't get contact. Alright, we should be good now. Now, that wire's so thin I could barely see it. Lost it. There it is. Like I said, I could barely see it. Let's try that again. Gotta straighten it out. Let's put a little solder on it. I need to have it up. Need something to prop this thing up with. That's one good thing my 8mm cameras can do is be a prop. Get this hot. There we go. That looks beautiful. It looks good. Alright, we got the antenna back in, guys, so we just need to get it back down here in position. There we go, that's where she goes, right there. So our antenna is in. It's hooked to the tuning capacitor. Sorry guys, my nose is running. Came in from the cold. So all we need to do now, guys, is I guess put the batteries in it. See what it's going to do. I want to spray a little bit of cleaner on them contacts. A little electric cleaner. Get those maybe cleaned up a little bit. They don't look too awful bad. And let's see. What could we check? Well, I think we'll just put batteries in it and see what it does. What do you think, guys? I'll put the knobs back on. I think it looks better without the faceplate. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it looks better without the faceplate? Well, it don't have the numbers, does it? It's got to have the numbers. We'll clean the faceplate up. Put it back on. Alright. Looks like all we need is batteries, guys. So let me do that. Actually, we can go ahead and get them. They're right here. What that's hooked up to. Alright. Our batteries are charged. It's off. Put some batteries in it. It looks like it's got hot over a period of time. There's one. My little tiny screwdriver, flathead. Push that over a little bit. There we go. Get this one. Alright, batteries are in. Let's turn it on and see what it does. Sounds like it's got bad capacitors, doesn't it, guys? You just need a new capacitor put in.
Running away and hiding from everyone. As good as the Nuggets have been, they're still eight. Oklahoma City. So I don't take anything away from it. It's fantastic. The 30 points for the center? Yeah. Like if those stats. The number one overall seed. So, you know, those conditions haven't changed, but I think you're right. The fact that he had those credentials last year and did not win, and, oh, by the way, lost to Jokic, I do think that this is an award that's voted on. And the voters you know what? He should have got it. If I could change history, not only get a vote, but just control it, I might would have given Shea the MVP last year and Jokic this year. But it's hard not to give Jokic the MVP this year.
I think the capacitors are reforming. It's starting to sound better and better. So sometimes it does that when they haven't been played a long time. You first start them, and sometimes they work themselves out. It kind of seems like that's the case with this one. I don't know why that's not. And he's pushed over, maybe. That's where it goes. Why? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, go to, what was that? I don't know what that was. Something snapped, didn't it, guys? It goes this way. That's how it goes. Huh. I don't know what happened there, not getting juice. Let me see what's going on. Alright guys, I found out one of the power wires came off. One of the power wires came off, so I've got to resolder that back. I knew it was probably bound to happen. No big deal. We'll get it. We'll get it back on there. It goes right here. So I will get these soldered back on, get it all cleaned up, be back, and we'll finish the video. See if it does better. Alright, while it plays a little bit. And my feet are freezing. The temperature is plummeting down the drain here in Kentucky right now. Oh, horrible weather. That needs cleaned. You can see the copper. See the copper. Oh, the green copper. Put some. There we go. Put a little salt. Some flux. Clean that up. Clean that up real good. That was some dirty copper. Real dirty. Alright guys, I'll be back. I'll get this soldered up. Looks like I'm going to have to clean it. Alrighty guys. I got the dial cleaned up a lot better. Got the little face plate cleaned up. We'll put that back on. I think it's on the right way. That looks so much better, don't it? It's got a CD right there, so that tells us that it was what was that? That I always forget that word. Oh my God, I'm horrible. But anyway, they put that citizen right there, the CD. That way you could tune in to listen to the war effort. So that was whenever that war was that I can't even think of to tell you. So. It is definitely going to need capacitors. I'm going to let it sit here off after I finish the video and let it play. And see if they reform. If not, we'll just make another video and put new caps in it. Because it's only wanting to pick up one station really well. And it picks up a couple others, but they're squelchy.
I think he will be back for the second half of this.
See, it's trying to pick that up, but it's There's another one, but it's got... So it still needs a little bit of work.
Coming up tonight with its new format.
But it's kind of weird how it's picking up that station really good. Maybe I'll go back and check the antenna. Make sure I got all that in right before I start messing with the caps, because that sounds pretty clear, don't it? I don't know why the rest of them won't come in like that. I wonder what happens if we'll put the external antenna on it. Really didn't help, did it? It gets that one station a little bit better. I'm dropping everything, guys. It wasn't good. The soldering iron fell and it wasn't off.